The unthinkable. What happens if you never sleep again? Ever wondered what would happen if you simply stopped sleeping? Imagine a world where sleep is a forgotten luxury. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But the reality of prolonged sleep deprivation is far more terrifying than fiction. The first 24 hours without sleep might seem manageable. You might feel a bit wired, perhaps even productive. But subtle cracks begin to appear. Irritability creeps in, and your ability to focus wanes. Simple tasks become surprisingly challenging. You might find yourself snapping at people or struggling to remember where you put your keys. Your memory becomes unreliable. Names escape you, and you struggle to recall recent events. This is more than just a bad day. It's the beginning of a cognitive decline. Cognitive impairment sets in, and your mental state starts to resemble that of someone legally intoxicated. Studies have shown that after 24 hours of sleep deprivation, your cognitive performance is similar to having a blood alcohol content, BAC, of 0.10. The frontal lobe, responsible for logic and reasoning, takes a hit. This impairment affects your ability to think clearly and make sound judgments. You're not quite yourself anymore. Heightened emotional responses and poor decision-making become the norm. You might overreact to minor inconveniences or make impulsive choices you later regret. Your emotional regulation is compromised. A sleepless night significantly decreases activity in the frontal lobe. This is the brain's command center for rational thought. Without sufficient rest, it simply can't function optimally. The frontal lobe is responsible for logic, reasoning, and planning. When it's underperforming, your ability to think critically is severely impaired. This can lead to poor judgment and impulsive behavior. Things feel more emotional and more intense because the frontal lobe isn't there to regulate those feelings. This can lead to overreactions and difficulty managing stress. Sleep is crucial for maintaining a balanced emotional state. By the 48-hour mark, your body starts to betray you. The initial surge of energy fades, replaced by a growing sense of exhaustion. Your system is starting to shut down. Microsleeps become a real danger. These are brief moments of unconsciousness, lasting only a few seconds, that can occur without warning. Imagine driving or operating machinery during a microsleep. Your immune system weakens, making you more susceptible to illness. Sleep is essential for immune function, and without it, your body's defenses are compromised. You're now more vulnerable to infections. Physical discomfort sets in, with muscle aches and blurred vision becoming increasingly common. Your body is screaming for rest, but you're pushing it beyond its limits. The physical toll is mounting. A 2017 study highlighted the dangers of prolonged wakefulness. It found that reaction times after 48 hours of wakefulness were slower than those of someone with a 0.10 BAC. This is a significant impairment. This study underscores the serious impact of sleep deprivation on cognitive and motor skills. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about a measurable decline in your ability to function safely and effectively. The consequences can be life-threatening. After 72 hours without sleep, reality begins to fracture. Your brain is desperate, and its perception of the world starts to warp. This is where things get truly disturbing. Hallucinations, both auditory and visual, become increasingly common. You might hear voices or see things that aren't there. Your senses are no longer reliable. Your brain starts to detach as a defense mechanism. This detachment can manifest as a feeling of unreality or a sense of being disconnected from your surroundings. It's a sign that your mind is struggling to cope. Emotional changes become more pronounced, ranging from emotional flatness to sudden outbursts. Your ability to regulate your emotions is severely compromised. You're on an emotional roller coaster. Memory loss becomes severe, with significant impairment in both short-term and long-term recall. You might struggle to remember basic information or even recognize familiar faces. Your memory is failing you. By this point, your brain is screaming for sleep. Every cell in your body is begging for rest. The consequences of sleep deprivation are stacking up, and the situation is rapidly deteriorating. The damage is no longer subtle, it's profound and pervasive. You're teetering on the edge of a complete cognitive collapse. The need for sleep is becoming overwhelming. From day 4 to day 7, your cognitive systems begin to crumble. The effects of sleep deprivation become catastrophic. Your mind is breaking down. Memory loss intensifies, and you might start forgetting personal information, such as your name or address. Your sense of identity is eroding. This is a terrifying experience. Language deterioration sets in, and you might struggle to form coherent sentences. Your speech becomes slurred and nonsensical. Communication becomes nearly impossible. Physical impairment becomes more pronounced, with slurred speech and a failure of balance. You might struggle to walk or even stand upright. Your body is failing you. You become a walking shadow, conscious but broken. You're still alive, but you're no longer fully present. The person you once were is fading away. In 1965, Randy Gardner stayed awake for 11 days as part of a science experiment. His experience provides a glimpse into the extreme effects of sleep deprivation. It's a cautionary tale. By day 5, Gardner was experiencing severe hallucinations and paranoia. His cognitive abilities were significantly impaired. He struggled to perform simple tasks. By day 11, Gardner was barely responsive. His speech was slurred, and he had difficulty concentrating. He had pushed his body and mind to the breaking point. The ultimate price of never sleeping again is the loss of your health, your mind, and ultimately, your life. The consequences are devastating. Without sleep, your body loses its ability to repair itself. Cells begin to break down, and vital organs start to fail. The damage is irreversible. Your brain becomes overwhelmed by toxins that are normally cleared away during sleep. These toxins accumulate, causing further damage and impairing cognitive function. The brain is poisoned. The absence of REM sleep, crucial for healing and memory consolidation, takes a devastating toll. Without REM sleep, your brain cannot process information or repair itself. The consequences are dire. Organ failure and death are potential outcomes of extended sleep deprivation. While rare, these cases highlight the critical importance of sleep for survival. Sleep is not optional, it's essential. Sleep is not just rest, it's an essential biological function. It's as vital as eating, drinking, and breathing. Don't underestimate its importance. During sleep, your brain processes memories, heals damaged tissues, resets hormone levels, and eliminates waste products. These processes are crucial for maintaining physical and mental health. Sleep is a time of intense activity. Without sleep, you lose yourself. You become a shadow of your former self, impaired and disconnected. The person you are depends on getting adequate rest. Remember the stakes before sacrificing sleep. Your health, your mind, and your very life depend on it. Prioritize sleep and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. This is Mindshift. Subscribe.